I am like hooking up with all the heckin' nerds tonight. I'm not a furry, but this is amazing. Psst, disclaimer. Okay, who else looks intriguing here? That was a good first choice. Maybe I should grab a drink. Let's grab a drink. Ah, my hand barely touches the counter before the bartender is right in front of me. From here I can see that his uniform, while dapper, is clearly tailored for the club. Oh, it's showing off the muscle shoulders. Ah, his sleeveless vest and cuffed wrist are capped by a revealing tuxedo, styled brief as well. Despite his state of near undress, he seems quite chipper and buffs down the counter in front of me with a rag. Hey, that dirty boy, do you want to clean? I can clean you with this rag. Is he dirty? Sorry, chat. Sorry, I'm just getting ahead of myself. Oh God, I have to give another voice to this guy. He seems to be like, he's kind of dapper. He seems to be like a British Redditor. Welcome to AMOROUS, hottest club in town. I am Jax, and I will be your beverage artisan this evening. He winks at me before continuing. Oh, shit. What can I do for you? I would like to order a drink. Ask him about the club. Flirt? Walk. Oh my god. Chat, the options are, oh my, chat, the options are here. I'm gonna flirt. Boom. To be honest, you are not what I expected in the bartender either. Cute, well-dressed, and quite charming. Are you busy after work? Oh, nailed it. Flattering as that is, I make it a point to not get involved with customers. Ass. It gets messy. Oh, I know other things that could get messy. Okay. Anyway. Flirt more or back off. This is going into harassment territory. I'm gonna back off. The look on his face suggested I shouldn't push. I nodded and relented. I see. Well, my loss then. Haha. It's nice to meet you, Jax. You make a fantastic drink. I held up my glass and finished off the last of my drink. For a moment, I felt his eyes on me, and when I looked back down, he was still staring at me. What do you mean not flirting? God, you're just undressing me of my maid outfit with your eyes. It is nothing personal. I just get those kind of cracks quite a few times a night. Coming with a job, I guess. Do you need a hand with anything else, my dear Sir Macular person? Flirt again? We can always say that we're way too drunk. Yeah, order a drink. As I slid into one of the stools, he set a glass in front of me. I think I would like a drink. What did you have in mind? Something alcoholic. I came here to relax, and now is a good time as any to start. Looking over the drink menu, I considered a few options. I'll have something to help take the edge off. He looked at me appraisingly for a moment. I see you're a beer kind of guy, not enough frog in the face for anything too hoppy. Oh, he has like puns and shit. Oh my. Woohoo! Anyway, sorry, bartender human, let me get you a house ale. He disappeared below the bar for a moment, rinsing to produce a pint glass. He next slid it under the tap, pulling a nice long draught before flicking his wrist and sending the drink sailing in my direction. Too surprised, I didn't reach out soon enough, but found the drink stop right in front of me without a drop spilled. The tip of his tail curled around the base. Which tail are we talking here? One ale, shaken but not stirred. Oh! My name is Click, the Click, with a license to be a disappointment. Anyway, so, moving on. He smiled and released a glass from his prehensile, I've never seen that word before, a grip before I wrapped my fingers around it. Complain. How could you be so irresponsible? Take drink and leave, just like, he just showed off and I'm just like... I'm gonna applaud him. That's not the only thing we're gonna see clapping tonight, Jax. Whoa! That was quite the show! Now I just sound like a 90s teenager. Anyways, always happy to serve an appreciative customer. Is there anything else I can do for you? Look at that face. He wants to do things. Oh, God. I would say yes. Well... You could start by telling me how you learned to do that. I sipped at my drink as he chuckled. And I leaned forward on the bar. Drive, determination, months of nothing better to do, and the need for tips to feed my eating and rent-paying habits. Oh, rent-paying habits. That's just the vibe, isn't it? Jesus. He winked at me and stood back up. Anything else I could do for you? Oh, I'm gonna ask about him. I'm gonna get uncomfortably personal, but it's gonna be comfortable. Trust me, Chad. It's gonna be so comfortable. Okay, don't worry about it. It's gonna be so heckin' comfortable. All right. So anyway. Focus. Yeah. Ask about him. Yeah. You can tell me a little bit more about yourself. Do it. I thought you came here to have fun, not just chat up the bartender. Not much to tell, honestly. What you see is what you get. But what if I like what I say? Seems like, despite his friendly demeanor, he's hesitant to talk about himself. He's so profesh. I will excuse myself. He seems to be flirtatious, but he is split between being professional. I'll excuse myself and go poo. Sorry, this is awkward for me. I might go check out the rest of the club if that's okay. Oh my, what's that kind of finishing line? Holy shit. Dude, what? Sorry, you're awkward. I'm gonna go somewhere else now. Holy. Okay, everything but that would have been fine. Yeah, that's equivalent to when we were talking to Fox Girl, and we were like, oh, let's do the polite greeting. Hey girl, my nuts are in my pants. Like, what the fu- Whoa, God. You're making me uncomfortable. Goodbye. What are these options, man? Holy shit. Okay, so we still have OT left, and we have this person by the... Are we gonna... Wait, I kind of want to do this. So we just excused ourselves from the bartender in the worst possible way. Like, sorry, you are awkward. Goodbye. Then we just go up to the guy right next to him. Despite him being alone at the bar for one of the most active nightclubs I've seen in recent memory, my eye was drawn to the slender feline leaning over his book. He would sit there for a long moment, and then, without cue, he would scribble frantically into leather-bound journals spread out before him. You know, chat, reading, aka spreading book cheeks. Now and then, he would lift his glass from the bar and lean back, pausing to take a drink as if someone was expecting him to. This adorable ruse was undermined, however, as each sip was followed by a grimace of barely contained disgust. Ask about the drink, ask about the scribbles. I'll ask about this drink. That seems more casual. I strolled over to the bar as he turned back to his notebook, stopping at the edge before politely coughing to grab his attention. Ugh! He looked up, eyes blinking wide open, his mouth slightly agape. Clearly, he expected to be a little more invisible than he really was. Oh, you're not invisible at all, are sorry. I am sorry to interrupt, but do you mind if I ask what you are drinking? Okay, oh, we have to give a voice. Okay, what kind of voice? What kind of voice? I'm like, something slightly gentle, okay? Chad, what kind of voice would fit? It's like something quite like, you know, something a little bit nasal, like...
Hey, thank you, I enjoy reading books.
You know, that kind of thing. That's kind of what I imagine. It's like,
oh, it's a 12-year-old scotch. I think I'll try something a little bit more direct than the usual mixed drinks you get at a nightclub. It's very smooth but complex.
There we go. That's a Squidward voice. Nailed it. I nailed the Squidward voice. Do you normally drink glasses of scotch by yourself in a crowded nightclub? Not the nasal femboy voice. How do I do a femboy voice? It's like,
well, I could just sit at the bar.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's like a bit softer. It's like not quite the Karen voice, but like a bit on the softer side. How about that?
Well, I could just sit at the bar without something in my hand, and there was no better place in town for people to watch. Though the better question would be, what brought you over here to ask what I was drinking?
Isn't that good? Is that a good voice, Chad? Is that a good voice? Is it better than the Squidward?
I could just sit at the bar.
We just did the Wario.
Well, I could just sit at the bar.
Because you looked like you were drinking turpentine every time you took a sip. As I settled into the stool next to him, his cheeks flustered red as he glanced between me and his drink. This is such a bottom thing to do.
I don't really drink much.
I assumed as much, though that does still beg the question to why you're in a bar, particularly if you don't drink. Oh, and it's Dango, by the way. Sorry, I know the question is first in exactly the best manners. You just seemed a little out of your element.
Seth. I'm Seth. I'll admit it's an escape, but it's also to help me work through the creative process. Many famous authors immerse themselves in the popular culture of the day to draw new experience and observe people in new environments.
I suppose that's true. I thought most of them indulged, in part, because it was their particular interest more than strict research. You don't strike me as the type to write romance or erotica, though. Oh my.
Why would you think that? I mean, I don't, but why would you assume that's the only motivation for me to be at a club?
Mostly because even the bouncers are wearing half the clothing you are, and because I came here with my brother Kobe, my stepbrother Kobe, please, because this is his favorite place to meet guys for a fling. You have to admit your choice of ambience suggests something more than just curiosity about popular culture. By now he was blushing furiously. Oh, the blush! The spots of red visible beneath the snowy white cheek fur, despite his attempt at appearing aloof, as something spoke about his relative discomfort in being here. I'm not here to judge. I'm just, well, interesting. I get enough stories from Kobe to get an idea of how this place tends to function. You appear to be actively avoiding that function.
Well, I'm honing my craft. I'm trying to push myself outside my comfort zone so I have a breadth of experience to write from. It's the sort of thing authors do.
They are writing a club-based erotica. It's for a fanfiction website. So you're a writer? What experience are you getting? Are you sure you're just not lonely? Oh my god. Oh! This also seems like a softie, right? This also seems like a very softie vibe. I'm gonna go for the first one for now. So you're a writer. Maybe you've written something I've heard of before. What do you have out there?
Well, I'm not published per se. I am building a body of work before you approach anyone. Wouldn't want to come off as some sort of dilettante.
Nail that word. So you just like the time. Ooh. Do you have something I can read? That's a smooth option. This is the smooth. Who picks this one? Frickin' social yucky hucky. There we go. I suppose that makes sense. Authors rarely have a single work to their name. Do you have something I could read? He sat upright, the slouch that had been so prevalent before suddenly vanishing. His ears perked up as well before a glance to the side and then back at me. He took a long moment before he responded.
I suppose you could look over a couple of my things. It's still in rough drafts, though. I haven't had it run by an editor, so don't expect much.
I like it rough. I mean text. Hesitantly, he dug at the shoulder bag sitting beside him before producing another composition notebook that he sat down in front of me.
It is mostly snippets of some poetry. I know. It's self-indulgent to play with rhymes, but you have to find your muse when it comes.
He watched inently as I skimmed over his work. It was mostly fluff, fragments of ideas and the occasional clever rhyme. Each piece seemed short, as if they were cut off before completion. He seems to have trouble sticking to an idea. Maybe that's why he was looking for inspiration.
Well, what did you think? I mean, I can't expect much from what I provided, but input is always appreciated.
Be honest, be kind, be blunt. Ooh, I like being honest. Honest or kind, one of the blunt sounds bullshit. Like, this is just someone's work, you know? Not everything in life has to be hyper serious, you know? So I'm gonna be kind. I'm gonna make them happy about it. I'm seeing quite a few good ideas here, even more interesting takes on ideas that you're pushing. You pursuing. You really should seek a publication.
You're so kind, really. It's definitely the direction I'm going, but I feel like I need to work on it a little more before I get to where I'm completely comfortable with the idea.
You seem very sensitive about your work for someone who's writing in the public eye.
Well, writing is it pulls quite deeply from my internal well. Every time I write something in a way, it's a reflection of myself. I suppose it's easy to take things personally. Well, if I may be so bold, what brought you to this club tonight, since you so clearly aren't driven by a desire to quietly observe, nor are you obviously looking to get drunk or dance? I am curious of what your motivation is.
I am like hooking up with all the heckin' nerds tonight. I'm not a furry, but this is amazing. Oh my god, this is so good. The lip bite? This is a vibe for me. Mostly, I guess. Keep myself occupied and distracted. Kobe, my stepbrother, very much likes this place, but doesn't always want to go alone. I needed time away from my problems, and he wanted a ride. A match made in, well, necessity. I thought I was going to say in hell.
Well then, where else might you have gone if you had the option? Ignoring cost, location, or any of that.
Somewhere quiet, somewhere interesting, here. I mean, he would definitely enjoy somewhere quiet. Somewhere interesting could be like, alright, fine. Here is, I'm gonna go somewhere quiet. Like, oh my god, imagine holding hands in the library. Oh my god, boy. Oh, shit. Okay, anyway, I tend to be a little more, restrained. So I would have gone somewhere a little quieter. A library, museum, or something like, you see, holding hands in the library. Most erotic experience ever. Somewhere I can hear my own thoughts. A smile twitched at the edge of his mouth as he scribbled into his notebook. Am I just being manipulative? Am I just going around this club being as manipulative as possible to get as many numbers as I can? Is that basically what I'm doing at this point? Stop saying yes, Chad. God. He tapped the eraser against the page before looking back at me thoughtfully. He's scribbling me into his book.
Feeling a bit out of your element too here. I certainly understand that feeling, but it's always good to break out of your comfort zone.
He seemed to be rather thrilled with his pseudo-interrogation. He looked back up from his notebook with excitement.
So, being that we're in this club, and you're already expressed curiosity as to why I'm here, what do you like about this club?
The ass! Sorry. Dancing, drinking, relaxing, socializing. Oh, drinking just seems like, you know, I love getting weight. As I'm sitting here with my Trocadero and rum, I would say socializing probably. I suppose that makes sense because it's like, I'm talking to you and that's why I came here tonight. Please tell me my character is that smooth. Please tell me if my character is that smooth. Let's do it. Boom. When I'm feeling mopey or just have too much time, I like to find other people to be around. Conversation, laughs, and banter between friends really help to perk me back up. He looked a little surprised, jolting down a few extra lines in his notebook before glancing back up at me.
I suppose you should be flattered you direct your attention to just me then. Extroverts commonly don't enjoy engaging with me for an extended period of time. It's a little introverted bottom. So we established where you want to be and why you want to be there. But the big question is, who do you want to be there with? What kind of person would you be looking for at this club?
Now we're getting into the spicy shite. Next step is holding hands in a library. Baby. I get the feeling this is a somewhat pointed question. I also get the feeling there is something more going on here than simple research. He shot me a Cheshire cat grin and placed a hand on his chest in a mock shock. Oh! I am flabbergasted. Clearly he was enjoying this intimate game of 20 questions. Someone handsome, someone interesting, someone... You?! Oh dear. Oh my. Oh my. I feel like the you is really spicy. Someone handsome. Someone interesting. You. It's obvious, to be honest. You. I said about exploring the club at first, but you definitely caught my eye. There is a reason I'm here and not in the pool or down on the dance floor. And that's because you intrigue me. God, nailed that one. Damn, yes. Yes, please. Oh my god, I need to be nerfed. He shifted a whole new shade of red as I smiled from the stool next to him. Absently, he looked away, just scribbled on a few notes or two before looking back up and clearing his throat to hide a shy response.
Well, it's always nice to be noticed, though I'm not usually the type of person to stand out physically. I mean,
I wasn't sure what more was adorable. His attempts to cover up his embarrassment with a light shade of pink showing through those snowy white cheeks. All right. One more question, then I really should find Kobe and figure out what he has planned for the rest of the night.
I suppose I have been praying pretty heavily. That said, you've been a very interesting character to study, to say the least. It's rare I actually get to interact with someone.
I'm basically a specimen. I'm an amazing specimen. I would hope I was more than just an intellectual diversion. Is that not the case?
I didn't mean like that. I mean, it's been interesting talking with you. It's been here for a couple of hours already, and you're the first person to stop to talk and didn't want to take a drink order.
Ooh, yes. I smiled and leaned on the bar. Oh, my back. He was awfully cute when he desperately tried to regain his composure. So, what's the last question? He hesitated, glancing down his notebook for a second before scribbling something in the margins. As he looked back up, I could see his cheeks were still quite flustered.
I was heading to the library tomorrow to do some research for a story, and there was a reading I was thinking of going to. Could I convenience you to come along?
Chat. Holding hands in the library is going to frickin' happen. Hell yeah! Sure! I would love to. What time?
Really? I mean, great. The reading is a little before noon, but I'll be there early. Let me give you my number so you can call and let me know when you get there.
I'ma hold hands with like a femboy fox in the library, chat. Aw, heck yeah. He tore off the corner of a notebook page absent-mindedly, leaving a snippet of poetry in the upper half, and passed it to me.
Thanks. It'd be nice to have someone else there. It's always a little awkward to go alone.
Sounds like a date then. I am so smooth.
I suppose it is. I need to get going, but be sure to call me as soon as you're up. I'll make sure to save us a seat.
I'm gonna lose my holding hands in the library virginity, baby. This is gonna be so good. After gathering his things, he shot me another adorable smile and then strolled off towards the door. I folded up the paper and slipped it into my pocket. Okay, hell yeah. The bartender seemed a little bit hard to get, and we also kind of just like, you're awkward, bye. Okay, what else? We can talk to Kobe. We can still go back here. Sure, let's check it out. This is the second floor, I think. Oh my god. Okay, interesting. Oh! Time on the dance floor seemed a little too much on the deep end. Anyway, I didn't want to crowd Kobe. Maybe after I got a feel for a lounge. Speaking of... Goat! Goat is the animal of Saban. Yes. Oh, yes. Over the bustle of the crowd, one of the lounge goaters, am I right? Caught my eye, not least of all because her outfit stood out above the clubbing gear of the other patrons. Slipping a cocktail, her sheer slip gave her outline an undeniable elegance. She's the classy Satan goat. Look at that horn, that's class. She seemed happy enough, taking shallow sips from her glass, her eyes on one of the girls giving her all the pull. Maybe I should introduce myself. And take a seat beside her. Maybe a conversation will start. That's passiveness. Go over and put an arm on the couch, draw her attention. What up, goat? How are you doing? I go over and introduce myself. I read memes for a living. She looks like she has her eyes on the prize already. Why settle for looking at the silver medal when you can go for gold? Not my type, leave. No. Screw that. I'm gonna go over and introduce myself. She seemed interesting enough and wasn't with anyone from what I could tell. No point in being here and not introduce myself. I made my way over, trying my best to keep time to the music, like... Oh, she caught my eye, and I leaned over to speak over the background sounds. Hey, I'm Dan Go. Mind if I sit with you? Yeah. Mercy. Oh, we need to do like a very classy voice for her, right? So there should be like the bartender but female, right? So instead like, Mercy, nice to sit with you. Like, Mercy, nice to sit with you. That's a pretty good voice. I think that freaking nailed it, right? She seemed a little preoccupied by the dancers, admiring them with a keen regard. Maybe she was a dancer herself, or just judging the competition, maybe. Oh, yes, indeed.
Beautiful, aren't they?
Yeah, I gotta agree with you there. I've never seen so many good-looking people all in one place.
It takes a lot of poise and a certain degree of confidence, of course.
Why do I sound like... Why do I sound like the creepy neighbor from Family Guy?
You like popsicles? Takes a lot of poise, Chris, and a certain degree of confidence, of course. Do you see how he holds herself? I suppose so, Sam Ambios. Okay, we can do this. That's a good voice. As she took another sip from her drink, her hand wobbled slightly. She was still smiling warmly, but it seemed like her flush was more from the alcohol than the dancers. Was she drunk? Maybe when she's not drunk. Keep talking. I'm also drunk. Tease about the drink, compliment her, compliment the dancer. Ooh, this between these two, that's like making conversation. I can either compliment her to being like, the dancers are fine, but you don't even have to move to live up to that expectation. Or I can compliment the dancer and be like, hey, that person you're watching is a cutie. I would say compliment her. She's drunk. I am drunk. It's gonna be beautiful. Boom. She seemed open enough to chatting more. I took the opportunity to slip in beside her on the couch. She took her eyes from the dancer. Mission accomplished. No. A pretty woman like you? I guess I'm surprised. You look like you have everything together. Honestly, I'm the one who should be feeling a little outclassed. I have a maid outfit! Are you serious? Wow! Come on, be a bit more confident. Mercy smiled and nudged at me with her shoulder, the confidence shining through her grin. Ooh. Lucky me, smooth operator. So Tango, join me at the bar? I'd rather be talking to you than looking at her right now.
That frickin' smile though! Holy shit! She had an infectious flirtiness to her. Maybe that was the drink, but she stood, her fingers ran down my leg, giving me goosebumps. She's physically ASMRing us, chat. She's physically ASMRing us now. She's got that kind of face. Flirt dominantly, flirt submissively. So this is basically the difference between, hey, yeah, girl, ha. This is like, ooh, woo, mommy. And this is like, Gee, you're fucking weird. Okay. That smile gives me like, she would respond to this.
Ooh, mommy, take me to the bari wari, ooh, for a drinky winky.
Yeah, let's do submissively. Her enthusiasm was contagious as I stood to follow her. I smiled back, hips giving the slightest sway as we walked together. I let my eyes run down her form, not caring what she saw, admiring her posture, the curve of her hips and fullness of her bust as the dress caught in the club lights and lit in 1,000 complementary shades. Lead the way.
So, what you drinking?
Ask her to choose? Yes, 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 yes. Pick the alcohol for me, goat mommy.
I don't mind showing you the ropes. How about a cherry daiquiri?
Fam, I'm so good at this game, man. I'm so good at this game. Oh my god, yes. Cherry daiquiri is fine. Tease about the choice. No thanks. Actually, I forgot something later down. I'm gonna say daiquiri is fine. The bartender made our drinks as she sat pretty, a jewel at the bar. It occurred to me to ask about her outfit. So, your dress, it's boutique, right? It certainly caught my eye over this sea of Spicer's gift teas and crop tops.
Good eye, yes. It is a Typhoon original. Do you think it looked good on me?
The only place it would look better would be on my bedroom floor. But no, wait, we have to be, it's flirtatious, submissive flirting here. So it's more like, you know, whatever. Okay, flirt forwardly, flirt subtly. I would flirt subtly because she likes to take the lead, all right? I think it's a flattering cut. It shows you're a woman who's not to be taken lightly. I like it. It suits someone like you perfectly.
Thanks. It means a lot, really. And hey, you're not so bad looking yourself.
You see? God, it's working. It's working. Oh my god. Maybe I could stand a few pointers sometime.
That'd be interesting.
Okay, deep breath, small talk. I swear I used to be good at this. Talk about small talk, ask about her. Talk about myself, talk about the club. Drink and hope she comes up with something? Yes! Oh my god, I'm just gonna let her take the absolute lead. Oh, here we go, baby. Turning to the drink, I occupy myself with a slow sip. She sighed next to me, finger running along the edge of her glass. Ah, no, no!
Honestly, sometimes I wonder why I came here. The atmosphere isn't bad, and I don't mind the show. But yeah, ever get the feeling that maybe you're stalled, waiting on the right person maybe, or maybe just waiting to grow up?
Flirt. Sympathize. I'ma sympathize. I drained most of the drink and let out a contented sigh before meeting her eyes. I can empathize with that. Since getting here, it's been all about the chase. I'm glad we got to relax together. I've got a feeling you're the sort of friend I've been missing.
I'm glad to hear it. Well, you're right. Need to go 5 from 0 to 40 in a single night, right?
Ooh. Ooh, was 40 an option I missed? Flirt. No, you're right. I'm gonna say you're right. I'm gonna let her take the lead still. I wouldn't want to push my luck. If I took my brother as an example, it rarely works out for the long term. She smiled and nodded, finishing her drink. Reaching into her purse, she handed me her business card. Holy shit! We're down for business, baby.
Thanks, Springwell. Thanks. Give me a call sometime, huh?
Sipping from the bar stool, she stood awkwardly tottering. She was more than a little drunk. Massey blushed as he smoothed her dress down. Was that a bulge? Well, that's certainly a development. Ooh, we got the whole package, baby. Oh, yes, indeed. Take the card. Take the card. This is too interesting to pass up. All right, baby. Contact. Okay, let's go to step bro. Let's go to step bro. Oh, right. What was the voice I used? OT had the southern voice, right? It was like, yeehaw! Hey, bro, can I borrow you for a second? Or should I give him more of a surfer bro vibe, maybe? He's like, hey, bro, can I borrow you for a second? Yeah. What's up? Can I hang out with you? Any advice? Met anyone yet? Can we head home? Never mind. Can I hang out with you? A familiar face would be nice. Can I hang out with you? I was kind of hoping I can meet some guys while I'm here. I don't think you'd particularly want me grinding on laps. Yeah, that's kind of a vibe. Besides, people are gonna think we're a unit. Don't let me cramp your style. Yeah, that works very well. You could totally use that dance floor though. Bust a move. Met anyone yet? How's the manhunt going? Still working up the courage to ask someone out. It can be hard to tell if they're looking at you or the girls behind you. People here are a bit more open, but still want to misread the signals, you know. I can see about 10 guys that are likely interested in you just from here. When I head home? Oh yeah, let's head home. I have 3 numbers already. Oh, I'm gonna get his too. I mean, it's my stepbro, but still. I think I've had just all the fun I can have. Do you mind if we head home? You sure you wanna go, bro? I normally go all night, but I'll be happy to go wherever you are. You just let me know when you're sure. Yeah, let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Yeah, it's late. I wouldn't mind calling it a night. Fair enough, bro. I appreciate you coming tonight. I'll have you tell me about how it went on the way home. It's rowdy in here. It was refreshing to step outside. The bouncer gave us a gentle wave, Sharpie in hand as he addressed the next in line. But we didn't get to flirt with the bouncer. I'm kind of disappointed in that. It's very disappointed. Oh my god, so sad. Oh, I feel a little bad for pressuring Kobe to leave earlier, but I usually would have. But it was all smiles. He was just happy that I came, I suppose. He insisted on driving. Drinking apparently put him off his game. After the excitement I can barely recall we talked about on the way home, it just flew by. It's funny, the trip to the club felt like a lifetime. Because I was more nervous than I should have been. Best not overthinking. We passed out quickly when we got home, still riding the high of the evening. My girlfriend is actually streaming some very nice Stardew Valley vibes. Her streams are always incredibly cozy and wholesome and just an incredible good vibe to be in. She also does psychology talks and mental health things. She has a master in psychology and has worked with it previously, and so she does a combination of chill gaming and her very cozy, very nice conversations. I would highly recommend giving Smallest Potat a follow when you head over there. She's a very sweet bean. Thank you all so much for watching, you beautiful beans. I had a blast today, and make sure to give Potat a follow. Incredibly good stuff. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your day because you deserve them. Bye. I will see you again very soon. Take care, you beautiful beans. I love you all. Mwah.